If you are curious, you will find the puzzles around you. If you're determined, you will solve them. These are the words spoken by the man who created the single most fascinating and irritating puzzle, the Rubik's Cube, created by Erno Rubik. The Rubik's Cube has spawned competitions, orthopedic symptoms, it spawned art movements, and even its own math. Although it takes a lot of patience, you can persevere and learn to solve the puzzle. I'd like to show you why it's considered the best puzzle ever created and how it's affected several industries, from pop culture all the way to the mathematical community. Allow me to reintroduce you to the Rubik's Cube. It was the brainchild of Erno Rubik in 1974, who was at the time a interior design instructor in Budapest. He thought that his students would benefit from a physical model to better understand the abstract properties of shape. Soon he began to try to sell his product to American toy companies. Okay, here are the basics. It has 6 sides, 9 squares on each side. In order to move one square, you need to move an entire row at a time, which unscrambles the rest of them. The whole point of this is to assemble it back into its original state. See, full colors, right? Seems simple enough, right? Well, what if I told you that it took me 2 months to learn how to do my first Rubik's Cube? That's right, 2 months. It was slow going there for a minute, but I kept at it, and eventually, now my fastest time is 2 minutes flat, which I gotta say I'm very proud of. Let me tell you about how this all began. In Sabar's 2014 paper, A Twist of Fate, she goes on to detail how this story got started. Basically, it wasn't until a vice president from the Ideal Toy Company in New York was annoying his colleagues in a meeting while twisting away at a Rubik's Cube did someone finally say something. It was the president of the company. He actually decided to ask him, "What are you doing?" That's when Sims, the vice president, realized that he had gotten people's attention with the cube. But he wasn't quite sold on the product yet, so he met up with Rubik in the courtyard of a Budapest hotel where he wanted to assure that the puzzle was solvable. Rubik then solved the puzzle in 2 minutes, and with that, sealed the deal. Which brings me to my next point. Nobody could have foreseen the twisted fascination people would have developed with the Rubik's Cube. It has brought up speed cubing competitions, which is exactly what it sounds like. The fastest to complete it is the winner. If you go to recordholders.org, you will see that the current record holder is a man by the name of Yusheng Du, who solved it at 3.47 seconds in 2018 in Woohoo Open. In that same website, you'll see that the youngest person to ever solve the puzzle is a 3-year-old, 118-day girl. Yeah, that's right. 3-year-old little girl. It also inspired a $5 million exhibit at the New Jersey Library Science Center. And the whole art movement that it inspired is affectionately named Rubik Cubism. Sadly, it has also developed orthopedic symptoms, some of which include Rubik's wrist and Cubist thumb. But the most interesting thing that it's spawned or developed has been in mathematics. For years, people have tried to outdo the cube and come up with the ultimate algorithm to rival it, with no success. So much so that they've actually written several books about this. One of the best, most regarded books is the Handbook of Cubic Math. It was written by Frey and Sing Master. In a review by, and excuse me, I don't want to mess up his name, Joseph Ercolano from the math department in Baruch College, New York, he goes on to say that the book is unique and is highly recommended for scholars, informed laymen, and anybody that wants to learn over the cube. I myself, as a result of all this, it has been voted the best toy ever, or the best puzzle ever created. I myself enjoy it. I enjoy the mental stimulus it gives me, and the satisfaction of seeing the next generation try out and actively be interested in the cube, even though it's could be highly regarded as something outdated. In summation, I know you've heard of how the cube came to me and the lengths that a vice president went to in order to get people's attention. You also heard of the unbelievable things that people have accomplished via the cube, setting world records, coming up with mathematical algorithms. But I hope I persuaded you to see the cube in a different light as a timeless puzzle. And the next time that you see a nerd trying to solve the cube, perhaps you'll think to yourself that it invokes this fascinating, how can I put it? I'm sorry. That it invokes this twisted fascination that just takes a hold of people. And that twisted fascination is exactly what leads people to do great things. Thank you for your time.